Alright, testing. Alright, new episode of whatever I was calling this. Anywho, today I'm going to discuss about backstories. And in particular, how exactly to get players from whose characters have various backgrounds to actually be together, working together, or at least in the same place together. And I do that often by putting out a thing that whatever your character's backstory is, it ends with this thing. Whatever your characters are, they end up being a slave in the gladiator pits. Or whatever your character's backstory, they end up on the lightning rail to Sharn. Or they're headed to Talonberg to join the guild hall there, because they need work. Or all the characters have ended up getting to be enrolled in Swine Dipple's Academy of Venturing Heroes. Whatever it might be, it gives them a reason to get together, be together, or have some other reason to interact. And from there, I go to get them more reason. The case of the gladiator slaves. Well, the first thing I did in that campaign was have the PCs and a bunch of NPCs be picked at random, more or less, to basically fight to the death. Each of those there were painted with some color of paint. The PCs all ended up with the yellow paint. The other team, blue. And paired up, they had to fight to the death. So they got the brutality of it immediately. Which meant that that night when a strange damaged clockwork thing brought a bag to their cells, a bag of holding filled with basic equipment and the keys, they knew that they needed to get out. And to get out, they had to work together. And basically, that was the way it started. In the case of everyone's on the lightning rail to Sharn one, that was an Eberron campaign, of course. So the basic premise was everybody ended up with the cheap seats in the last car of the train, basically. Either because they couldn't afford better tickets, or that was all that's left. And taking advantage of the Magicus technology, the lightning rail had magic mouse that talked about news. And so it started with an announcement of the death of the last general of Sire after a long illness, and was going to be honored in Sharn and so forth. Which meant when the PCs heard a lot of stuff happening in the caboose behind them, including an explosion, they would be curious and find out that a bunch of pirates had broken in. And had broken into a coffin there, which turned out to be the body of that general. And why were they doing that? Well, there's a strange magical artifact in there with them. Well, that turned out to be a plot point. It was important. So basically having a place or reason in common gets the party together for one reason or another. It's a very helpful thing. Regardless of what your campaign might be about, the PCs never meet, they never work together, and there's not really a campaign. And the entire trope of old man with a job in a bar is a little too common. Having different things other than that, and everybody gets shipwrecked. 1, 2. It gives variety and more interesting things to happen. So that's my talk on that today. So the ending of a character's backstory is the beginning of a new campaign and new adventures. So, that's the thing. All right. That's it for today. Bye.